how to use Google Search Console for search engine optimization. In this video session, I'm going to share with you important insights for you to consider using for your own website. Now, whether you operate a local business, whether you operate an e-commerce site, let's go and see what you need to do for using Google Search Console. Performance report, tips and insights will be shared. Okay? Now, let's take a look at a couple of examples first. MacBook repairs in Brisbane, Australia. Let's take that sample keyword. And we'll be looking at my valued client's website because it is related to Apple Mac repairs in Brisbane, Australia. So, now the website already has the URLs. We are already getting some results. And the reports that will be taken as an example coming from Google Search Console is actually for that website. So my valued client has recently said, okay, Tolga, you know what? We're getting some results, it's improving, but I want to rank for more specific keywords, such as MacBook repairs. Because we do already have Mac repairs in Brisbane. Let's imagine you do operate a local business or you have an e-commerce site. It makes no difference in terms of keyword rankings. Because the way Google looks at a website, it doesn't necessarily say, oh, that's a local business and that's an e-commerce site, so therefore I'm going to use different ranking calculations. It doesn't do that. Well, it doesn't do that in terms of keyword rankings. But if you do operate a local business, surely you definitely need to check out local business SEO type of videos on Rank Your YouTube channel. Because I do share some insights whereby you can get better results for local businesses, okay? But in terms of keyword ranking, the ranking calculations are the same. And it's not the same, but the way you optimize the website is the same. For an e-commerce site, you use keywords, create user-friendly URL structure, have very important keywords, optimize images, all that stuff, right? So if you've been following Rankia, then you already know all that stuff. Now, in this video, we're going to explore what else we can do, right? So my valued client already has a web page called Mac Repairs in Brisbane. Yeah. One important insight that I can share with you if you operate a local business, remember, don't make an honest mistake thinking, you know what, I want to rank for keywords that is searched more rather than keywords that is searched a little bit less. Instead, think of the keyword that you want to rank for. Think of it in a sense that ask yourself, which keywords will bring higher conversions? That's very important. Not necessarily that it's searched more. Because let's imagine MacBook repairs. If we rank for this particular keyword, someone may be searching in Melbourne or Sydney or Perth in Australia, or someone in UK or America or India may be searching for these, and somehow Google has shown that. Now, if someone was living in United States and clicks on that keyword when Google shows it and visits this particular landing page, that person they're never going to convert. They're never going to get a service from us. That's why if you're a local business, the most important keywords that you actually are targeting or should target is location-based keywords. Because if you're a local business, then that's a better keyword, location-based keywords. So you should structure your website and optimize it accordingly. So, as the title of this video suggests, Google Search Console, how do we use it? Because it shows us reports here, it shows us some errors if Google is facing some errors with our website, right? But we're going to explore the performance report and ask ourselves, what should we be focusing on? Now, MacBook repairs in Brisbane. That's what my valued client wants to precisely rank for from now. So what can we do? We do already have a web page, so we can say, can we further optimize the web page to cater for that additional keyword because it's already related to this. So we could do that. But you know what? This landing page is getting some results. We're going to surely improve it, that's no problem, but it already has the content. So we can't just keep adding more content to rank for new keywords on this landing page. So we're limited in that sense, right? So next thing that we can do, we can say, okay, can we create a new landing page? But what I suggest to you to do first, before you create new landing pages, before you even explore Google Search Console, and ask yourself, okay, have I done a research using Google search box? Let's go and see what Google is showing us. Let's block that. You put a space, you can say A, B, C type of research. You can go in front of the word and say A, B, see, I just saw a longer keyword here, right? Apple MacBook repairs Melbourne. But that's in Melbourne. Well, that's okay. Because if someone is willing to type Apple MacBook repairs Melbourne, then I may say, what if Apple MacBook repairs Brisbane? Because when we look at the keyword, we need to think of each keyword separately instead of the whole lot. What I'm saying to you is you definitely need to explore Google search box first as well and type question type of words. What, how, where, which, do, right? So in this example, how, when we put the word how, we can see some samples here. This is a gold mine. This is very important to grab. So you can take a screenshot and keep a copy locally, because these keywords, what you can do, and you should definitely do, is create a blog post that is related to those words that you want to rank for. Furthermore, it actually answers the question, as in questions people are searching for as well. And remember, you actually never target keywords to rank, but you target the intent behind the keywords, right? Because then you'll increase your conversions because you understand how things work. As in, when we look at these sample search terms here, first example, how long do MacBook repairs take? What does that say to you? Imagine someone sitting on their chair or using their mobile device, searching Google, and they're typing in, how long do MacBook repairs take? Who would do that? Who would search that? Obviously, someone who needs their MacBook, who needs their laptop. So they're concerned about the time that it will take, right? Now, once you understand that, then you say, then you create your web copy addressing the concerns of that searcher. Example would be, fastest MacBook repairs in Brisbane. For certain repairs, we can fix it while you wait, right? So we communicate that. In the second example, what's the intent? Think of the person searching for that. what's important for them. It's the cost, right? It could be a student who has the budget, thinking, you know what, I really can't spend, $900 to get my MacBook repaired. It could be a problem that's costly. But nonetheless, how much do MacBook repairs cost? The intent there is the price. So then, when you answer that question, you communicate the competitive price of the service that you offer. Ideally, to get the results that your online business deserves, you need to look at keywords differently using Rankia experience. Why? Because I would rather you get 100 visitors that is more targeted compared to 1,000 visitors that is less targeted. Meaning 100 visitors to your website, if 10 of them convert, as an example, great. If you get 1,000 visitors that is targeting highly searched terms, but you only convert 3, you see, you do the maths, right? That's why you want to target keywords more precisely, and you also want to improve the communication on your landing pages. Understand the fact that you're not targeting keywords, but rather the intent. So you visualize the person who's searching for that. Who are they? Makes sense? How can you communicate towards them, knowing that each landing page communicates to one single human? Make it that friendly, down to earth, one-to-one communication. When you communicate, know that someone is gonna be there by themselves reading your message. So then here you create a blog post, answer these long-tailed keywords. That's why that's what they're called. They are longer. So for question-oriented words, that is long-tailed keywords, you should definitely create blog posts. Why? Because it's very easy to rank long-tailed keywords. Furthermore, these blog posts that you create answering questions, you can use them to link back to your important pages. I'm using WordPress here. You may be using a different content management system. So a link looks like this. Let's actually cut that out. I'll zoom in so that you see. Okay, and then it has some keywords, and then you close the link, which is an anchor, hyperlink. But links can have title elements or attributes. What is that? When someone hovers over a link, that title attribute shows. That is to do with accessibility. And improving the accessibility of your website as best that you can will actually help your Google rankings as well. So now this blog post can backlink to that important landing page that Google Search Console is showing us already that we're getting some results for Mac repairs in Brisbane, right? So, as I've shared some core insights with you for you to consider, at this moment, you can actually pause and go back and rewatch it. Because what I've shared with you, once you use it for your website, you'll be just ranking more and more and more, but you'll be getting better conversions. So, looking at search results, let's see what else we can do. We want to rank for MacBook repairs. First, we can say, okay, you know what? Let's press on this plus sign and say new. Let's say new query. Let's use Search Console to say, has Google already shown any results for the keyword that we're placing here? So we are placing a query filter. We're saying queries containing whatever the word you place there. Or you can say queries not containing. You can say exact query. You can say MacBook repairs. Let's filter out those keywords using Search Console filter. We can do that. We can say exact query is this. Let's apply to see, yes, we're already getting some clicks for this particular keyword. But as we know, the keyword Brisbane in our example is more important. So we can always press the X icon to remove the filter and say, okay, you know what? Let's say, let's say Apple. Let's do that. Any queries containing the word Apple. Is there any? There's plenty. Let's remove that. And let's say, in our example, let's say Brisbane, because we know that is rather important. While here, remember, we can go to compare. Then we can compare queries. We can compare pages against each other. So I'm not going to cover that. Just keep in mind, there is plenty options here. The most important, obviously, is query for most setups, for most websites. But let's imagine you offer international products, as in you have an e-commerce site, you're selling worldwide. If that's the case, then country filtering will be obviously important for you. Okay, for this tutorial, let's stick with query and say, Brisbane. Let's apply. All these words have the keyword Brisbane. We can see more rows if we want, or we can go back and forth through pagination using Google Search Console. Okay, so let's go back to 10. Okay, now we can say, remember, we can always click on these boxes and remove or select different ones. Now, what happens when we do this? Let's just look at the total clicks. In this example, we're filtering Brisbane. We're saying we're looking at queries, but we're just seeing clicks. How many clicks have we got? We can press on pages to say how many pages got those clicks. We can press on countries to say from which countries did the query come from, as in the visitor came from. We can say which devices they used. Search appearance, it's rather complex, so I'm not going to cover it, but it could be to do with structured data. Then we have dates, in which dates were the search conducted, and so on. Okay. So looking at performance tab, we can see what these do. It's common sense, obviously, but let's look at impressions. Impressions is how many times someone has searched and Google has shown your results, but someone didn't click. So that's counted as an impression. Click-through rate is to do with how many times did someone click that result that Google has shown. While here, how can you improve your click-through rate? I'll just show you. Within, let's imagine you're offering an e-commerce product, as in you're running an e-commerce site. You can use capital letters through your meta description to entice the person seeing your results in Google to click on it. So that's one way. Although rare, you may want to play around with the title of your landing page, but I wouldn't suggest that you do that unless somehow you can include keywords there that is important for you to rank for. Because title plays an important part in terms of creating web pages. So you don't want to be too bold, right? with using capital letters or something that is enticing for that person to click. I'll show you what that means. Here, let's imagine, here we want to change that and say, okay, free shipping Australia-wide. Let's imagine you created a title according to Rank Your Insights, shared on Rank Your YouTube channel or Rank Your blog. Then, if you use meta description with capital letters, that could entice the person to click, right? So that's one way to improve click-through rates, using meta description, using capital letters. Once again, you could play around with title, but that is not suggested. So, then we have average position. That's very important. Well, all of them are important, but that average position you can use for your own website for the next landing page or next piece of content that you will create. So how would I go about ranking for this keyword? First, let's see that. We can create a brand new page because the current page already has the content. We can't just keep adding more content, or else that will affect the usability, which we don't want to affect negatively. So therefore we can say, looking at Google search, exploring some keyword ideas, we can say, okay, we can create a landing page and call it Apple MacBook Repairs Brisbane. We can create content, optimize the landing page. So I'm not going to cover that because Rank Your YouTube channel has the videos showing you how to do that. So I would, in fact, we will hopefully create a new landing page because we've just added new blog posts. Because next step for ranking new keywords is you start thinking, how can I create blog posts targeting long tail keywords and using backlinks going back to important pages. Then looking at Google Search Console, we can say Brisbane, that's important. While here, let's look at this because it's rather tricky for most people to understand. If you filter the performance report, let's say for a query, then what you see here, you can press any of them. Let's press on a sample one. Now we're seeing results for this particular query, right? But while here, if we press on pages, then these pages are related to this specific query. Make sense? So right now, let's press on impressions. This landing page is getting the impressions. Let's look at clicks. And this landing page has gotten the most clicks for these keywords. Okay? So when you press on any query and then press on a page or a country, then you're seeing results for that particular query. Make sense? Okay. Now I can say, okay, let's look at queries containing Brisbane. Okay, what if we say, okay, we've got custom regex. You can read more about it. I'm not going to explore that. Now, let's select all the tabs and say, remember, while here we can press on, let's say impressions, we can press up, down, see results differently, right? You can say which one has the most clicks, which one has the highest click-through rate, highest position. Obviously, one is 1. Okay, that's Brisbane. Let's look at, let's say, Mac queries containing the keyword Mac. Position, let's go with 50. When you look at Google Search Console performance on search results, your next keyword targeting can focus on improving the landing pages. Let's look at this here. MacBook repair Brisbane. Let's look at that. Let's look at that because we're lingering on third, fourth position. And there is not bad impressions. That means people are searching for it. We're getting some clicks, but can we get more? That's the idea here, right? So let's press on those queries. Now we can say, which pages got those? Let's press on that. This is the page that is getting some clicks. But as I've said, I don't want to add more content on this. Instead, it is wiser to create a brand new page because MacBook compared to a keyword Mac is different, although related. And my valued client wants to rank precisely for this from now on, or MacBook Pro and so on. So when we create this landing page, we can then target MacBook Pro, MacBook laptops, and all that stuff, right? So we can do that. Once again, that's why the Google search experiments are critical. We can say Pro. You can see people are searching for that, right? We can put a wildcard in between the words saying, you fill the gaps, Google, and it does that. MacBook Air repair. So this landing page, we're getting some clicks, right? And we're going to get more, no problem, but it has the content, so we can't keep targeting new keywords on that page. Instead, we need to create new landing page, right? So let's remove the filter. So when you're looking at Google Search Console, this position for the queries or pages or whatever, right? The position tab is critical because looking at position 3, let's say all these laptop hardware issues. So you can go to Google, explore new keywords related to those, look at what page you're already ranking for, and then ask yourself, okay, can I? Let's look at this. In this example, laptop hardware issues. Which pages got the visitors? It's here, laptop repairs, issues. Then let's say, can we find related words, as in more longer tailed keywords, hardware issues and solutions? We can see different models. Then can we say, can I create new landing pages, ASUS laptop hardware issues, and talk about them and our services? We can create perhaps blog posts because people are searching, and if we're getting those visitors answering their questions, in this example they may not become our customer. That's okay. As long as we have the content, we have the authority. Then through that blog post we can link back to our money-making pages. Okay, so that's what you need to look at in Google Search Console. Position 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Explore which pages and ask yourself, okay, can you add more content? Perhaps re-optimize it or create new landing pages and target similar words or related words and link them in between. You can do that too. So position tab is critical for you. You can say clicks compared to positions, show me results accordingly. remove the query filter and say, total clicks, average position. Or you can add new filters accordingly. Okay, so that's what you need to look at. Furthermore, impressions are very important because here, okay, let's look at this, right? Laptop screen repair. You can see there's a lot of impressions, but we're only getting 20 clicks because we're not even in Google for that, because we're on the position 20. But if we press on the position and say, okay, what if we go find position 3 onwards here, this one, HP laptop repairs in Brisbane. Make sense? Because it's very, I shouldn't say it's very easy, it's easier to get better results and more results for the keywords that you're already ranking for. And then when you explore the keywords, then you look at the pages and say, these are the pages I'm already getting results for. Then revisit, re-optimize it better. You update the content a little, add more content, optimize images. You can do that on a landing page. Or you can say, okay, since I'm already ranking for these keywords, let's say in this example it's this, position 3, 4, 5. Some pages are getting results. Makes sense? So asking that question, can I add more content? Is it appropriate? If not, can I create new landing pages? If so, then what else can I target on that landing page? Understanding the fact that blog posts are very important to link back to your important pages using similar keywords. Make sense? I know I get carried away and talk a little bit fast, but at the end of the day, that is how you need to look at Google Search Console performance results. Instead of just seeing what you're already getting, but you can use the report to your advantage to grow your online business, to rank more keywords. And this is how you can do it. Okay? Looking at position, looking at impressions, seeing the higher the impression, more searched. But at the beginning, I've said to you, the important part for, let's say, a local business will be location-based keywords. So therefore, Search Console does allow you to filter queries containing certain words. So you can do that to see, am I getting some results for those keywords? Exploring which they are, and then pressing on the pages to see which pages for those keywords, and ask yourself, can I improve that landing page? Can I re-optimize it? Add a little bit more content? If the answer is yes, great, do that. When you do, make sure you understand the importance of heading tags. If you can't add more content on the pages that you're already getting results for, then create new landing pages while exploring Google search box, typing words or letters in between the words or afterwards, understanding the importance of the intent behind the keywords so that you can improve the communication when you're answering those questions, and through blog posting, learn to internally link back to your important pages. Now you do this for a month. If you put out content once a week, let's say you're a local business owner, one blog post per week because you've created the landing page. Continue doing this for a month, then you're going to see improvement all of a sudden. And if you continue doing this, let's say for 3 months to 6 months or for the rest of this year, then your business success is assured on internet. And remember, once you end up ranking for organic results and doing all the right things, following ranking insights, then you don't have to worry about Google updates, because you're doing all the right things. Remember, when you create blog posts, you can share them on your own social profiles. If you do maintain a YouTube channel, you can create short videos, and within the videos you can, within the video description, you can backlink to your main website, because that's a natural link that is within Google guidelines. Knowing Google does not say you and I can't promote our own business. But if we end up buying backlinks or doing funny stuff, then that's never smart. Instead, follow Ranky's proven methods, because then your success is assured. And if you benefited from this video session, please do give it a like and share it, and I'll talk with you in the next video session.